Episode 2, The Call to Arms, folks. Welcome to Episode 2 of this exciting story about Li Wei. Don't forget to subscribe to this channel and share the video with friends and family. Let's dive in. Years passed in the quiet village where Li Wei had grown from a boy into a capable and compassionate young man. Under Mr. Chen's guidance, he had become skilled in various arts and crafts, earning the respect and admiration of the villagers. His parents' memory lived on in his heart, guiding his actions and filling him with a sense of purpose. One fateful day, a stranger arrived in the village. He was a tall, stern-looking man named General Zhao, who came with a contingent of soldiers. The villagers gathered anxiously as the general dismounted from his horse and announced that the emperor required the village's strongest young men to join his army. A great war was brewing in the north, and every able-bodied man was needed to defend the realm. Li Wei felt a cold chill run down his spine. He had never imagined leaving the village, especially for war. But when General Zhao's gaze fell upon him, he knew he had no choice. The villagers, though fearful, understood the gravity of the situation and reluctantly accepted the decree. Mr. Chen, who had become a father figure to Li Wei, pulled him aside. "Remember everything I've taught you," he said, gripping Li Wei's shoulder tightly. "Courage, wisdom, and compassion will guide you through the darkest times, and never forget your roots." With a heavy heart, Li Wei bid farewell to his home and friends. He joined the other recruits and marched away under General Zhao's watchful eye. The journey to the northern front was arduous, taking them through dense forests, over rugged mountains, and across wide rivers. Each step was a test of endurance and will. Upon reaching the military camp, Li Wei was thrust into rigorous training. Days were filled with drills, weapons practice, and strategy sessions. Despite the harsh conditions, Li Wei's spirit remained unbroken. He found solace in the camaraderie of his fellow soldiers, who, like him, were ordinary men called to extraordinary duty. One night, as Li Wei was resting in his tent, he overheard a conversation between General Zhao and his advisors. The enemy forces were closing in, and the situation was dire. The general's plan involved a risky ambush that could either turn the tide of the war or lead to their utter defeat. Li Wei felt a surge of determination. He knew he had to play a part in this crucial moment. The next day, the soldiers set out under the cover of darkness. Li Wei's heart pounded as they positioned themselves for the ambush. The tension was palpable, and every sound seemed amplified in the still night. As dawn approached, the enemy forces appeared on the horizon. General Zhao signaled, and chaos erupted. Li Wei fought with a ferocity he didn't know he possessed. He recalled Mr. Chen's teachings, moving with agility and precision. The battle was intense, and the clash of swords and cries of warriors filled the air. At a critical moment, Li Wei spotted the enemy commander and, driven by a sense of duty and courage, he charged forward. The confrontation was fierce, but Li Wei's determination and skill prevailed. He managed to disarm the commander, turning the tide in their favor. The ambush was successful, and the enemy forces were routed. Li Wei's bravery was celebrated by his comrades and General Zhao himself. Yet, amid the victory, Li Wei felt a deep sense of longing for his village and the simple life he had left behind. As the dust settled, General Zhao approached Li Wei. "You have shown great courage," he said. "When this war is over, you will return to your village as a hero." Li Wei nodded, his thoughts filled with images of home. The battle had changed him, but his heart remained tied to the village that had nurtured him. He vowed to see the war through, to honor the memory of his parents and the teachings of Mr. Chen, and to return home as a beacon of hope and resilience. Folks, this is where Episode 2 ends. Stay tuned and find out what happens in Episode 3. Subscribe to our channel and follow us on our other social media pages. Thanks for watching. Hasta la vista.